What's going on, guys? Machine here. Blizzcon is here, and the new expansion for World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria, is officially here. The new website is up. Definitely go check it out. Link in description. Let's jump right into this. There's a lot of things to go over, a lot of game-breaking changes that are coming to World of Warcraft. First things first, the new race, Pandaren. Blizzard said a panda was not going to be in the game, but they put a panda in the game, and it is cross-faction. Basically, you'll start out in the Pandaren starting zone. Level 10, you will choose whether you want to be Alliance or Horde. They got some cool racial traits, it looks like. Epicurean, which increases the stat benefits from food by 100%. Gourmand, which is cooking skill, increased by 15. Inner Peace, your rested experience bonus lasts twice as long. Bouncy, you take 50% less falling damage. And Quaking Palm, you touch a secret pressure point on an enemy target, putting it to sleep for 3 seconds. Available classes for the Pandaren: Hunter, Priest, Shaman, Warrior, Rogue, Mage, and Monk, which is the new class, which we'll go over here in a second. Overall, at first I wasn't sure whether I was going to like this or not if they did truly put a panda in the game. But after seeing the skin and reading about it, I think it's going to be a pretty exciting race. It doesn't look near as Care Bear as I thought it would, or near as gay. So we'll see what happens, but I definitely plan on checking one out. And I plan on doing so by playing the new class, the Monk. The Monk is not a heroic class, so you will start at level 1. It has 3 areas of expertise. You can be a melee DPS, a tank, or a healer. It utilizes chi as opposed to, rage or energy. Basically, it's going to be very martial arts based, lots of monk-only animations. The healer and tanks will have different stances that they can stand in to be able to do, different abilities. And basically the monk will be able to be played by all races except for goblins and worgans. So all you goblin and worgen players out there, you're screwed. The monk will be able to wear leather armor, agility or intellect based. They hit with a lot of hands and feet. They'll need weapons for some finishers. They're allowed to use fist weapons, one-handed axes, maces, and swords, polearms, and staves. And healers will get offhands, but they don't want the healers to have shields. So no shields for the monk healers. Basically the way it's going to work too is jab can generate light or dark force. So the light and dark force will be used for different abilities as far as finishing moves are concerned. Some of them will use dark force, whereas other ones will use light force. So you're going to want to, mix in some different rotations there to get the different finishers you want. So the monk rotation should definitely be interesting. There's not going to be any auto attack. So basically you're punching, you're going to be more or less like a street fighter, and it's going to go down in Chinatown. They've released a couple sample abilities. You've got Spinning Crane Kick, which sounds like a roundhouse AoE. Roll, not sure how that's going to work. Perhaps maybe you roll to avoid an attack, for instance. And then the cool thing is here, these statues. The statue of the Jade Serpent is the one they're showing, but basically it's a statue you drop, and anytime you deal damage, it'll heal a friendly target within 20 yards. And you can drop up to 3 dragon statues at a time. That being said, it's kind of like almost shaman-esque. There's going to be different combination for statues. It's going to bring, group aspect to the class as well. You're going to benefit your group by having multiple buffs for everyone. So I'm definitely going to play a monk. It looks very exciting. I'm hyped. I've been always saying that World of Warcraft was missing the monk type class. I'm hyped. I'm definitely hyped. I'm kind of at a loss for words. Definitely exciting thing to look at here. Some more new features that are coming out are the pet battle system, aka World of Warcraft Pokemon. Basically here, for the pet talents, they're going to be trainable. So you're going to want to bring out your pets. You're going to be able to use your vanity pets. You're going to be able to train new pets, and you're going to be able to basically go in a turn-based battle against your opponent, and you're going to be able to control how your pet looks. You're going to be able to give it a name. Hunting the pets is going to be sweet too. Basically, you're going to be able to go after wild pets. Some of them will only be available when it's like raining or during the day or the night. Some only spawn in the spring. Some only spawn in winter. So it's definitely cool to be able to have, quite the variety of pets. There's going to be pets that'll be tradable even after it's leveled. Um, Pets will be account wide too, so if you have a pet on one toon and not another, you'll be able to use that. When you win a battle, you earns you experience and it levels your pets. So you may be able to actually use it for leveling up to the new level cap, which is 90. And basically, you'll be able to level multiple pets to build your team up. So 3 battle slots, 1 for each pet on your team, and you'll be going turn-based against your opponent to do work and represent for your pet. So overall, it's pretty exciting. You know, I think it's a neat mini game. It's something to do instead of running around the Fountain and Stormwind at end game when you're bored. And I'm pretty hyped to put my Corehound dog right in the mix with the rest of y'all. See what goes down. My Corehound is elite. Another cool thing they're putting in the game is challenge modes. So basically, there's going to be challenges that come up for dungeons, and it'll be kind of laddered. So if you complete a challenge or you set a new record, it'll actually show, hey, Machine has the record. He beat this dungeon in 4 minutes and 32 seconds. You got to beat it in 4 minutes and 31, or you're not beating the record. So it brings up kind of a new zone of competition. You'll be able to earn bronze, silver, or gold medals. Gear levels will be normalized in challenge mode, so all your gear will be brought to the same level to make the competition even. So all you people out there that think you're going to stack gear, fail. It's not going to happen. It will reward better looking gear with no stats and valor points. Challenge mode will also reward you with very unique looking gear to show off how awesome you are to your friends. So if you're beating these challenges, it's going to, make it to where you can change your appearance and look different than, other people that are running around the Fountain and Stormwind. A new challenge dungeons UI is going to be added, so you can take a look at your medals, your ranking, show what rewards you can unlock, etc. So overall, this is pretty sweet. It's going to make running heroic dungeons, more fun, and they will serve more purpose. And it just brings something into the game that to do other than just run dungeons for no reason at all or to gear up other people. It definitely it puts your skill to the test and puts you up against other players to see exactly where you're at, especially with the gear being normalized. So this is definitely exciting. The next thing that we're going to take a look at here is the World of Warcraft class talent system changes. And basically, everything we know now as far as point placement, specializations, everything is going to be completely wiped because they're introducing a completely new class talent system. Basically, the way it's going to work is at level 10, you will be able to pick your path. So if you're going to be a healer, you're a healer. DPS, tank, whatever the fuck. So every 15 levels, you will get 3 specialization points. So at 90, you'll have 6 different specialization areas that have been specialized for your class. They want to make you more flexible, and they want to let you do it on the fly. You no longer need to go and, respec your specializations at a trainer. You could be in a dungeon. You could be running around Stormwind, around the fountain again, whatever. You just can't be in combat. So you'll basically bring up the interface. You'll pick your talents. You'll hit learn. Boom, done. Now, throughout the leveling process, you will get core class, abilities and actions and whatnot, which will aid you in leveling and also, obviously at endgame. They just want you to be able to pick your specializations to mold the class more to the way you like to play. So they're straying away from the cookie cutter builds, which I don't know about you guys, but I'm so sick of, and they're changing it to the specializations. Now this brings up some interesting, thoughts. I mean, for instance, from a warrior standpoint, are they going to make, is it still going to be, arms and fury, or are they just going to make dual wielding a specialization and you share abilities with the original tree? Who knows? But it would be cool to make all specs viable for what you want to do. So if I want a PvP dual wield 2-handers as a warrior, I should be able to do so. So make it fucking happen, Blizzard. Moving forward, they got some zone previews up. Basically, there's going to be 9 new dungeons in the new expansions. These dungeons, 6 of them will be on Pandaria. And then they're also bringing back some old school dungeons. Scholomance and Scarlet Monastery, Wings 1 and 2, will be back in heroic mode. They're completely wiping it, revamping it, and it's time to do work against some of the old school bosses we all know and love. There will be 3 new epic raids, 2 enemy races, the Mogu and the Mantid. There's going to be Raid Finder, normal and heroic difficulties. They will be available for all raids from day 1. World bosses are returning. Now that's huge. We haven't had world bosses in a while, and especially on PvP servers, it definitely gets really interesting. I remember in older games I've played, not only were you trying to take down this insanely hard boss, but you had guilds coming up and attacking you, trying to claim their right to the boss. So world bosses is exciting. It's huge. It's on the way. Basically, in the new zones that are coming out from leveling 85 to 90, you're not going to be able to use your mounts. And the zones are quite vast and large from what I'm reading. So that kind of sucks, but at least you're not going to be able to get from 85 to 90 in 2 minutes. On the PvP front, there's going to be some new battlegrounds. We got the Stranglethorn Diamond Mine, which is going to be a goblin mine in Stranglethorn Vale. It's going to have the payload style gameplay. You're going to escort mine cars to the depot, multiple tracks. Definitely going to have to use some teamwork, which Alliance doesn't do, but yay. Valley of Power is basically going to be in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. It's going to be Murder Ball style gameplay, which I have a feeling is going to be a rip-off the new Star Wars The Old Republic PvP instance. You're going to hold objects to earn points. The next one is going to be the Tolver Proving Grounds, and that's going to be in Uldum, and it's going to be based on the Nagrand area. So basically it's a simple square with 4 pillar statues, probably a hold the point map, do work. And obviously there's going to be a shit ton of new achievements in the game. There's going to be some major class changes. Resilience is going to become a base stat. Hunters are no longer going to be able to equip melee weapons. It's going to be ranged only, and melee classes will not have ranged slots. So relics are gone, crossbows are gone. There's a lot more information coming out on classes individually. You're going to want to stay tuned for all that. Overall, that's all the information I have for you right now. Sorry if some of it seemed jumbled. There's just a lot to report. Seems like every time I go to a website, there's a new story up. So links will be in the description. Go check out the trailer, which will also be in the description. And stay tuned, because as information is coming out, I will be reporting it. We have a whole nother day tomorrow at Blizzcon. And this is just with World of Warcraft. There's other announcements out with Diablo, the new Dota. Stay the fuck tuned, everyone. Machine out.